where the palm trees sway. There's a special show to brighten up your day. From rockin' festivals to Broadway dreams, tune in with Bonnie G. It's a desert scene. The desert scene with Bonnie G. Meet the stars and feel the beat. From the Coachella Valley, it's the place to be. For all the culture, fun, and harmony. The desert scene, yeah, with Bonnie G.
From Palm Springs, California, this is the Desert Scene, celebrating the arts, entertainment, and culture of the Coachella Valley and desert cities. Presented by the Mutual Broadcasting System, the Desert Scene spotlights local theater, music, comedy, festivals, and more. Now, here's your host, Bonnie G.
Welcome to the Desert Scene. So happy to have you here today, and very happy to welcome our guest, Craig Wells, who is directing Destroying David, coming up February 26th at Dezart. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So this is a really interesting concept. Tell us about this play.
This is a one-person play about Michelangelo's David, mostly. It takes place in Florence, in the Galleria, where the David is on display. It's also about a woman who is an art restoration person who takes care of the David. You know, she starts at the top, and 3 months later, she's down at the bottom, and then starts all over again. It's about her personal experience with the David, as well as her sort of journey that involves her young son, who's 6.5, and his connection to the David. He was named after the David. What we learn early on in the piece is that the statue has a flaw in its right ankle, and we also learn early on that her son has a flaw in his body. And so these two worlds kind of intermingle. The play talks a lot about the value of art in our lives, why art is so important. I think many people remember that moment of seeing a musical, a play, a piece of art that sort of stops us in our tracks, that we can't wait to share with someone. Oh my gosh, you've got to see this. Right. And why does that exist? Why do we as humans grab onto something that touches us internally, intellectually, emotionally? So the play covers a lot of territory in 75 minutes.
And it's one person, so this woman is all by herself on
She's
stage.
all by herself. Occasionally she asks an audience member to help her in a very easy, not complicated way. But it is her journey, and it is what she is sharing. And she plays two other characters as well that sort of are maybe... I don't want to say like dreams, but they're memories maybe, or an experience that she had that sort of comes to life where she's now having a conversation with another person that's there as well. But all of it is to take us on a journey on the value of art and the longevity of art, and is art meant to last forever?
I love that concept, because is it meant to last forever, or is it meant to have this lifespan? And and then go away, and then we remember it. Is that more valuable that way?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe. Again, we take those memories with us and we share them. Art has existed in prehistoric times. Some, Neanderthal took some
carved
dirt.
On the walls.
Right, carved on the wall, took some dirt, got some water, whatever, and made a sun.
Yeah.
Did his friends like it?
Right.
We don't know.
What kind of reviews did he get?
Right, exactly. But these are the things that the play gets us to think about. So I think the play overall takes us on a journey that not only is informative, but very reflective on how we take art into our lives and how we share it or don't share it. We also know we see something like, I didn't like that at all, but maybe the person next to us loved it.
Yeah.
And that is the gift of art, that it does allow for various opinions and reactions. So I think the play says a lot that the audience will find interesting, and it's not just a history lesson as well, right? It's I don't know.
About humans, about people.
Human,
yeah.
The human experience and how that impacts us.
Tell us about the actress.
So Alicia Force is the name of the actress, and she is a force, I will say. I've worked with her before in a play I directed called Hand to God here at Coachella Valley Rep, at CV Rep, back in 2023. She's thrilled to be taking this role on. She's also a little terrified, and she will admit that. It's a lot to remember that arc of starting here and ending there. But she's been busy working on it. She actually, on her Instagram profile, is doing a minute about Michelangelo's David every day leading up to the first rehearsal, which of course is a week from today. So she's really thrilled. She's respected and loved this playwright's work in the past. So to work on one of his newer pieces is really a very moving thing for her. So she's excited.
Tell us about the playwright.
The playwright Jason Odell Williams wrote a play called Church and State that has been performed a lot around the country. He lives in New York City now. Michael Shaw at Dezart did Church and State. I'm not quite sure how many years ago, but they did do a production that was very well received. Jason's thrilled that this play is being done out here. It will be its second professional production. It's a West Coast premiere. He's actually coming out to see the play, and I think maybe doing a talk back one of the nights.
Excellent.
So he's been great. He's been great to work with. He's done acting. He's a writer. You know, he's very collaborative,
Gets it. Yeah.
And I can't wait to actually meet him in person. But
I want to talk a little bit about you. How long have you been in the Desert? And I know you've directed a couple other things here.
Yeah, so I moved here in 2020 from Vermont, so that's been great. We love it here. I directed Hand to God at CV Rep. That was the first show I've directed. That was in 2023, and then I followed up with The Fantastics Reimagined at CV Rep. For Dezart, I did What the Constitution Means to Me and Hillary and Clinton back in 2024. So 2025 was a little bit of a break as far as directing goes, and now I'm doing this now in 2026, and I'll be directing also for CV Rep later this year. But my background is I was an actor in New York for many years. I did a couple Broadway shows. One was called Chess, one was called Les Mis. I did a lot of off-Broadway shows. I traveled around the country. But you know, as one gets older, the career you're trying to shift the
Morphs
career,
into other
and
things,
you don't know if you want to play a fork in Beauty and the Beast so much. So you start making some choices, and eventually, actually, I moved to LA. Well, I went out to LA with a show I had done called Forbidden Broadway, which was a show that made fun of Broadway shows, and stayed in LA and just sort of started getting into some other areas. Eventually went to Vermont with my husband and started teaching there. So I've taught acting, I've taught musical theater performance, improvisation, and directed out there as well. So
how would you describe your style as a director? You're very hands-on? Yes, but I also don't give line readings. Okay.
You know, it's like I'll say something like, I would say it this way, but how would you say it? How do you think the character where is the character coming from? I love backstories. Like, create me a backstory. Who is this person? Where were they born? When did they move to Florence? How did this journey get to where we are at this point? You know, what's happening the moment? Where are you coming from before you walk on stage? What do you want? What do you want? Do you want the audience to understand your journey in this moment? You know, how are you reflecting on your own personal lifestyle?
Yeah.
So, and how does who you are impact the character?
Right. Excellent. So this opens February 26th at Dezart. Tickets, dezartperforms.org, I believe.
Yep. And that's DEZARTS.
Yeah. Well, Craig Wells, this sounds really exciting, like a very interesting show.
Well, thanks, Bonnie.
Well, last question. Is there a flaw in David?
There is a flaw, David.
Okay.
In his right ankle.
Okay.
And you're going to hear all about it.
Okay. Love it.
Yeah.
All right. Dezart Performs Destroying David, February 26th. Craig Wells, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. If you like the show, please like and share with your friends. And we'll see you next time on The Desert Scene.
The Desert Scene with Bonnie G. Meet the stars and feel the beat. From the Coachella Valley, it's the place to be. For all the culture, fun, and harmony. The Desert Scene, yeah, with Bonnie G. The Desert Scene's where you belong with Mutual Broadcasting's Bonnie G. Just sing along. Just sing along.